All right. What's your name and tell us how much weight you've lost?
Ryan Legg. I've lost 65 pounds.
How long did it take you to lose that?
Going on 4.5 months now.
And would you say that dieting was easier or harder than you thought it would be?
Easier.
So Ryan, how much did you weigh when you first started?
I weighed 310 pounds.
And now you weigh?
246.
And what's your goal? Where do you want to get to?
I'm going to be 195.
This diet, did you feel like you were starving yourself?
No, more full than I've ever been.
Cool. And so tell me about exercise. What type of exercising have you been doing?
A lot of different. I do cardio, which consists of, I usually run about 2 miles a day. I'll play football. The football is actually a little harder than the 2 miles a day because I can pace myself with the 2 miles, but with the football, you know, if the football's out in front of you, you can't pace yourself to go out and get it, you know, so you're running a lot harder during it.
So what's it like, the comparison between when you first started exercising before you lost the weight and how you feel when you exercise now?
When I first started working out, I felt like I was going to die, you know, at first, you know, everything was so tough. And it's still tough now, but there's a difference, you know. My muscles have really adapted to what I'm doing to where I could push through what I couldn't before. Before they would just give up because the muscles, I mean, let's be honest, I got big because I was lazy, so the muscles were lazy, so they would give out, and now I've been training them to get stronger. And what's cool about it is my energy levels through the roof. Like, you know, I would just walk anywhere I wanted to, but now, I'll jog, I'll jump over things that, you know, just to do it, and I never did before.
What would you tell someone that starting where you're starting, they're overweight, they're not used to exercising, what would you want them to know before they started exercising?
You gotta have the right cause. You know what I mean? I'd done a diet before and I lost, I think, about between 35 and 40 pounds. But the cause was all of this world. There was no center to it. You know, you had to have a good cause first. You can't do it for anyone else. You got to do it for yourself. You got to have a better, I don't know the word I'm looking for, a better reasoning behind it, I guess. Because I do it now because I want to be a better witness and not because I want women.
What would you tell someone that's afraid to exercise because they're afraid of stuff they can't do? What would you tell them?
Start out small. Don't just not do it. Modify it.
So what do you mean, like, explain when you modify? What did you have to modify?
Well, let's say with push-ups. I'm doing push-ups on the ground now. Before, I wouldn't be able to do it. I started out elevated, and then after every certain amount of workouts, I dropped the elevation until I finally hit the ground.
So basically everybody could do some kind of a push-up to begin with, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you could have to do it standing up completely against a wall, I mean, you start out somewhere. It doesn't matter your size, weight, or limitation.
So obviously Fit to Serve has done a lot for your body and your fitness and your strength and your health. What has Fit to Serve done for you spiritually?
Spiritually, when I first got saved, I was still all over the place. I was still double-minded. I was still of this world. And reading it gave me a better cause with God because I understood God better. I didn't, through knowing God better, I knew myself better. Before, I considered myself a good person that could do something like working out for myself. But when I look back, I did it for all the wrong reasons. And now Fit to Serve centered me, and I can do everything for the right reason now.
So what would you tell someone about Fit to Serve? If you were trying to encourage someone to read it for what it can do for them spiritually, what would be the number one thing you would tell them that Fit to Serve will do for them spiritually?
Get them closer to God.